Growing your Twitch channel is hard. Lucky for you, there's a cheat code you can use. It's not your pro gameplay that draws people towards you. It's what you do outside of your gaming setup that counts. Welcome to Outside the Capture Card, the #1 podcast for gaming streamers who want to level up their online charisma, build real friendships, and grow a thriving community while enjoying their favorite games.
All right, Wgglytuff, welcome to the show.
Hi. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You've had a really fun past few months. Tell me more about what you've been up to.
Yeah. Recently, I just got married outside of here in the Twitch world and gone to conventions. I've been con hopping. So that's been really fun, just like exploring the fandoms and like looking at the panels and stuff. And then working out again. That's been fun.
Oh, yeah.
I've been working out too.
Me too.
And then just... Yeah. And spending time with family. So that's what I've been doing the past few months at least.
Ah, very busy. Very busy past few months. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been busy as well, trying to get back into shape and then going to a few events here and there too.
Yeah. My new gym is Planet Fitness.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like, well, if it's been too hot outside, I'll go to the gym, the actual gym, and go work out. But like, if it's not too hot, I'll go outside where nature is and I'll go like walk around and stuff. But yeah.
Is it true that there's an alarm if you drop weights in that gym?
Yeah. I haven't heard the alarm yet, but there's like a big sign and it's like, I don't know if it says like luggers or something, but it's like a word that they made up. And I've been waiting for it to go off. It just hasn't yet.
Would you want to set it off?
Maybe one time. Just to see what it sounds like. Maybe I'll do like some like kind of deadlift and like boom. See what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Post it on Twitter and let me know how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay. Anyways, so let's get into it. How do you describe in your own words what content you put out on Twitch?
Silly.
Silly?
It's a pretty silly time in my stream. Yeah, I try to make it pretty silly, like to where people can just have a good time on my stream and kind of not say whatever, obviously, but just be able to like be themselves with me. And most of the time, everybody's pretty silly, especially if I'm streaming at nighttime. And then obviously to make it a safe space for people to come in. If they're like having a bad day, then they know that they can tune in and just be able to hang out easily and just be able to like, if they don't want to talk in the chat, they can just lurk in the background and have me on while they're cooking or something. And that's usually what a lot of people tell me. It's either more of a safety space or a silly time.
Oh, yeah. Either or. Yeah, I want to talk about that more, about having that safe space. Because I know some streamers are not comfortable with people trauma dumping, but there are some who are okay with it. But I want to learn more about what guidelines you have in terms of having that safe space, because I know not everybody is capable of being a psychologist in case somebody is having problems. So I just want to learn more about your process and how to have that proper safe space online with other gamers and such.
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, we are not psychologists. We're not going to stream to be a psychologist for other people on there. But I guess, like, in a sense, I want to be able to allow myself to have a voice to tell them that, like, everything is okay if they're going through something bad. And if they do need something or anything, then they're more than welcome to kind of, like, reach out to a degree, right? And like everybody has those boundaries of what they think is okay to a certain point. Like if somebody is going through a tough time in a sense of like they're going to like harm, obviously I can't exactly help, but I can try to provide like information or resources to give them, you know what I mean? And like see if they're doing okay. But if they're talking about something simple as like, hey, I just had a bad day and like, I just want to talk about it. Like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here to listen. And I know like the majority of the chat may not, but
Yeah.
it's a fine line.
Yeah.
Fine line. And it really does depend on how your personal boundaries are. Because me as a person, I'm pretty comfortable. But I know some people, and this is an example of another streamer friend that I have. His name is Ringtail. Sometimes it's not okay to trauma dump on his stream, but he'll also talk about it to a certain degree too.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Yeah, it just depends. And I really like that you mentioned about honoring your own boundaries because that's so important, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've had some people try to break my boundaries, and it's been very awkward in those situations. And I've also had to step back a few times and rethink what boundaries I need to establish with my community, because sometimes they push it a little bit. Like, for example, I had one person seemingly want to try and find my address, and like I had to kind of shut it down because I was like, no, like you can't find me. Like you don't have that access to that information because we don't know each other on that level. You're not my friend, but we can talk.
Yeah, we can talk, but
in the community. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely had to publicly push that out. Like, hey, like, don't dox me because that's not cool.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's private information, right?
Right.
Yeah. I remember one time that my boundaries were being pushed pretty bad because I know there was this guy who gifted me a lot of subs. I think this was like 1 or 2 years ago. And then he tried to trauma dump in my chat where he got banned on different people's chats, including one of my mods at that time. And then he kept trying to harass that mod. And then I decided like, okay, this is enough. We can't have you in my chat anymore. We're going to lash out against my own friends that you've got banned in that chat. Okay, enough is enough. I don't care if you gifted me like 20 plus subs. This kind of behavior is not tolerated around here.
Yeah. Whenever it's like the gifted subs and they feel like they have the control or the power to do whatever they want in your streams, I don't understand why people do have the mentality for that. It blows my mind.
Yeah, it blows my mind too. And then I heard about stories about other people doing criminal acts on Discord too.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
No way.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, they were like former longtime mods of a friend of mine, and then I got a DM about showing all these screenshots about people were about to do criminal acts, and okay, this is enough. We can't have this type of behavior here.
Yeah. Golly. Yeah, I haven't had it to that extreme, but man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the security of being a streamer is so thin. I like, oh man. Sometimes I feel like as a streamer, my safety is kind of on a thin line sometimes. And then sometimes I'm like, well, I'm a small content streamer. So it's not as bad as some of the larger ones.
Yeah. It might not be as bad, but it's still pretty dangerous sometimes if some people cross certain lines, right? Yeah. Because I know how big of the deal it could be if it ripples around your online group of friends on Twitch, right? And it could ripple across the entire group, and word spreads pretty quick, like the flu, whenever something bad happens, right?
Yeah. And then like, and also at the end of the day, like most streamers that I know also have their lives outside of here.
Yeah.
And like, it could affect them too.
Yeah, it does.
It could affect that part of their life. And
yeah,
and it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. And especially depending on the profession that they have, right? Let's say in the service industry where they're public and then they could be stalked at work, right? For example.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be scary. Fortunately, my work is in a top secret location, so they can't really find me.
Woo! Lucky you.
Anyway, back to the topic of streaming, okay? Oh, I know you play a lot, like a ton of Baldur's Gate 3 in your stream. You play so many hours on Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah, I'm obsessed with that game.
Oh yeah, I can definitely tell. I want you to describe how you made your content related to Baldur's Gate 3 on Twitch so interesting. It stands out, like a lot of people keep coming back to your channel. How do you make your content so interesting as opposed to people who just sit there and just look hyper focused on the game and not pay attention to chat? How do you make it so interesting?
It's a good question. Let me think about that for a second. Usually whenever I'm playing, I'm not going to say I like put myself in the role of like in the game that I'm playing, in the character that I'm playing, but like I'm also talking to people at the same time and like trying not to make them feel like they're left out while I'm playing this game. It's a balancing act for sure. And that's any game. Like you could be playing a horror game and then you're also trying to talk to chat at the same time, or you could be doing like a community game and then you're also talking to them at the same time. That's a little bit easier. But I feel like RPG type games are also pretty easy to also engage in chat at the same time, especially Baldur's Gate because it's more turn-based. And so I can like, if somebody's having a big conversation and wants to have a big conversation with me, I can pause it technically or stop what I'm doing and then also focus on chat for a second, then go back to it.
I see.
I'm not going to say there are times where I'm super hyper focused on Baldur's Gate sometimes, and I'm like typically quiet, and that's especially like big boss matches or like any like intense match, especially like doing honor mode right now. It takes a lot of focus because you only get one life, and like that one life, you're basically, if you lose it, you're basically starting over. So there are times where I do have to be super focused, but when they're talking to chat, that like, let them know that they're still there. Just acknowledge them from time to time. And then I really love the world itself. So like I could just yap for hours about Baldur's Gate. I really can. If you tell me, oh, you play BG3, oh, tell me. Like, I want to talk about it. Tell me your character. Tell me what you're doing. And then we'll start talking about what they're doing and like what their playthrough's like. Because every playthrough in this game is just so insane and so different. And you could just do a billion different ways and things you could do. And now they just recently did this. It's not a DLC, but it's like a ability to mod the game a lot more. So people just have this free access to do a lot of mods. It's just a crazy time. It's great. It's an amazing community too. If you are streaming it and you are kind of networking with like some of these BG3 streamers, the community out there is amazing and sweet. And I've met some friends via the game. I'm just so glad the game has been able to connect us so well. And I don't know, it was just life-changing for me when I played it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely met a lot of other really cool people through Baldur's Gate 3, which is really good. That's very admirable.
Yeah, there are some people that I've seen as like small content streamers with BG3, and then they have like exploded because of how well they've been doing in terms of their content and stuff. I'm amazed in a good way. And it's always nice to be able to support when people start from the bottom and then they're booming and you just see that growth. Oh, it's so great. And I'm just so proud of them all the time.
Oh, it's like Drake. Like we started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's this one girl I know, she started off pretty small. And we met each other through Baldur's Gate. And she was at like 15, 20 average viewers. And then currently I just went to her stream and she's still playing Baldur's Gate, but I think she does another variety of stuff too. But she's pushing for partner and I think she's going to make it. So I'm just excited for them. But it's just seeing that growth. Like, oh yeah, I met you whenever you were like this small and now you're like, you're going through it.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yeah. But I want to talk more about meeting these other content creators through Baldur's Gate 3. So I guess you have to be knowledgeable, or at least appear to be more knowledgeable about not just the game, but I guess the lore about the different characters, about the different worlds, maybe about Dungeons and Dragons, what's going on with Dungeons and Dragons as of late. So I guess do you spend a lot of time outside of stream trying to read about the lore, about the latest news about the game, or how do you get to know this so that you can talk about this with other content creators?
Yeah, weirdly enough, I didn't in the beginning. Like, I think I've only had one D&D campaign in my entire life, and that was like 5 years ago before this game even came out. And then once Baldur's Gate 3 came out, I think it was the gateway. So I honestly think it's a gateway to role-playing and like RPG stuff and the D&D world. Baldur's Gate isn't necessarily D&D because like currently I'm in a campaign now,
Okay.
and sorry, my cat is being funny. I hear him yelling. But I think playing the game, and especially if you like that kind of content and the material, it's just a nice gateway for you to expand on those things. Whenever I played BG3, I met online friends that I could play D&D with. And then once I played D&D, that's whenever my knowledge expanded more in terms of like, oh, this from BG3 is not necessarily this in D&D. You know, so I like there are some things you can't correlate with each other, but they're similar. Yeah, so I don't necessarily expand my knowledge per se outside of BG3, really, and you know, and the campaign that I'm currently in. But it has gotten me more interested in similar content like Critical Role. Like I hadn't watched Critical Role until I decided to play Baldur's Gate. And, you know, that's been fun for me. It's just nice new material that I can be entertained with. I think it just opened more like cosplay things for me too, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like wanting to cosplay as a tiefling is something that I want to do so badly. One day I'll be a nice tiefling. I just think they're so cool. I love that. I love that race so much. In terms of like Twitch and Baldur's Gate and streaming it, I don't think you necessarily have to have the knowledge to be able to get in the community. It's more so wanting to be able to be in the community, like or like wanting to get that more content or material to be able to relate more. Because if you're not into the material and you're not into the content and you're not into like role playing and stuff, then it may be a little bit harder, right? Not necessarily, but it may be a little bit harder to connect with those kinds of people that are playing it. But I don't think you necessarily have to have a big knowledge for it. Just like maybe the desire to want to know more about it.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's with anything, right? I mean, I have a bunch of friends who play Fallout, and I don't. And they play Fallout 76, and it's like a big community, and like everybody like knows each other in that community. If you want to, or if you're interested in Fallout and want to know more about Fallout, then you can easily get into the community, right? Me personally, I'm not a Fallout person. So like whenever they talk about Fallout 76, I cannot relate. I can't. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. And I'm nodding my, oh, okay. But I appreciate listening. I know that I'm not going to be able to be in that community, but you know, in other things like anime and fitness and Baldur's Gate 3, I know that those are kind of my wheelhouse, and I know that I can meet other people with that. It's finding the same people that you jive with.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of content, for sure. If you're forcing a puzzle piece into a place it's not supposed to be, yeah, you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, that really hit home actually about that wanting to be there, being curious about Baldur's Gate 3. I think that's very important, having that passion, right? And that passion is so contagious, right?
Oh, yeah. For sure. If somebody is passionate about something and they show it, I'm very more easily able to want to engage in them and listen to them. You know what I mean?
Makes it a lot more interesting and engaging too. Oh yeah. Speaking of other things, I think you mentioned about the gym and working out and such. But you do other things besides playing games. You do a bunch of other stuff too, like working out, like cooking, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. It's crochet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not amazing at it by any means, but I like to crochet like blankets. And recently I've been doing this cardigan that I want to wear for next spring, and just small things, nothing crazy, but mostly blankets. I love doing blankets. They're very easy to do.
Okay. But yeah, I actually do have a keychain somewhere over there. The shrimp dumpling crochet, that's like a cute little face on it.
Oh, really? Aw.
Yeah.
There's a girl, she crochets, and I met her on Twitch, actually, and she was, I don't know if I still have it. Let me see.
Okay, sure. I don't have it. I think it's somewhere.
Yeah. And well, she was making this on stream, and I told her I was.
Oh yeah, I see
was like,
it.
I want it so bad, and so she was making it. She was like, "Oh, I can make you one," and I was like, "Okay." So she DM'd me and she made me one, and so she made me like a little card and everything, and she's like, "Thank you."
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does remind me of Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I just liked how cute it was.
Okay.
And it has a little keychainy thing on there. It's not
that's
huge,
so
but
nice.
I just thought it was really cute.
I'm glad a friend of yours gave you that one. That's so nice.
Yeah. I do like to cook also. I think cooking is more of my wheelhouse than probably crocheting, but I do both.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Is it really important to showcase these things? To show that you do other things besides gaming? Showing all these other things, like things that you're really good at, like cooking and crocheting and going to the gym and other things like that. So why is it important to have other stuff like this?
I mean, I think it's important, one, to do it outside of streaming. Definitely have different hobbies outside of streaming, because I feel like if streaming is just your only hobby, it's going to take over. It's definitely going to take over your life.
Or gaming.
For sure.
Not just streaming, right?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what kind of streamer you want to be, right? If you want to be just like a solely gamer streamer, you got to find ways to make yourself unique, I guess is what I'm going to say. There's a lot of like buzzwords that I always see people describe themselves, and it's always comfy, cozy, or chaotic. And those are the only the only adjectives I hear when people describe themselves on stream, I guess. But I think it's more so of just like putting yourself outside the box, like what's going to make you different from everybody else that's streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it's gaming, there's going to have to be something maybe different that you're going to have to try and do, or be more entertaining, or try to balance that act of like talking to chat and gaming. If you want to be a variety streamer, it's nice to have a little slice of variety in there. I just genuinely like to cook. If you really like something and like, and I don't know if you remember who Sultry Saltine is.
Yeah,
He's
I remember.
a streamer friend of mine.
Yep.
But I always tell him that I love his Gundam streams, and he's never brought them back.
Really?
Never. Yeah, he never brought them back. And it's those varieties that kind of give it a little spice on your channel, you know? And I know not everybody's going to like it, but
not everybody's going to like it.
It just kind of it switches it up. But in terms of growth, well, I don't know. Twitch is very hard to gain traction, I feel like.
It is.
Yeah. I've noticed that a lot whenever I switch games, for sure. If you are streaming one game, so let's say like Baldur's Gate 3. So I'm streaming Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm like gaining a lot of this community into my community. And then I just go ahead and do a 180, and I'm like, all right, I'm playing Silk Song now because Silk Song came out and I've been waiting 50 years for it. The engagement or like the community that's going to come in is going to probably not be as big. As long as you're having fun and doing the things you like to do on your channel and liking the content that you make. And it doesn't have to be a variety. It doesn't have to be like doing something IRL versus like gaming or whatever. As long as you are liking the content that you are making, then I feel like you should be satisfied of what you're bringing out there for everybody else to watch.
Yeah, I totally agree on that one. Yeah, it's because I remember this phenomenon that I learned from somebody else. It's called emotional transference. So it's like where whatever you're feeling, then it gets transferred to other people in the room. So if you're feeling really happy, then other people are going to be happy too, without even saying anything, right? And that's important if you're streaming. Like, even if you don't have a webcam, it's like the way you project yourself, like how you talk to other people, right? Whatever you're feeling, non-verbally, it's gonna be transferred over to the other people who are tuning into your content, right?
Yeah, and people will know if you don't like a game.
Yeah.
People will know. And they'll be like, Treya, you're not liking this game. And I'm like, I'm trying. That was me with Liza P. I love the story and I love the game itself, but me playing it on stream, I was not having a good time. And people saw that.
So you're not a fan of Dark Souls like games, right? Where you die over and over again until you beat a certain bosses, right?
Yeah, I feel like I gotta take it with like small doses. Those kind of games I have to take in small doses for sure. Because then I'll be rage quitting 50,000 times.
Yeah. I can totally relate because that was me too when I played Elden Ring. It's like, okay, this is way too hard. This is way too hard. And they're not even bosses either. It's like, okay, no, I can't do this. I'm not having fun anymore.
They're like mini bosses. They're like mini bosses. And I'm like, this is not the real boss?
No, it's not.
And then everybody's like, no. I'm like, what am I doing this for?
Yeah, it's like if your death counter is like what, over 1,500 times as I've seen other people, then yeah, that's normal, apparently. Oh no. Okay, going back to the topic of the gym, because working out, I think it's so important, right? It's not just getting your body moving. Like you don't want to be sitting down all day and playing games, because I think sitting is the new smoking, apparently, where sitting too much is bad for you. But also but also working out is good, because apparently there's studies showing that being active regularly helps reduce depression and anxiety. And apparently it makes you feel good. It makes you look better. Because I'm glad that you're devoting time at the gym. But I just want to ask, what are some tips you can give to other gamers who want to start getting in shape, where they're just couch potatoes and I just want to start getting into the groove of working out without feeling overwhelmed? Do you have any tips for that?
Depends on your motivation style, right? There are some people who like to work out at home, and then there are some people who feel like if they spend money on something, then it'll motivate them to do the thing. And that's me, right? Like if I'm going to spend like $25 a month to go to the gym, I'm going to make myself go so I can get my money's worth.
Yeah.
But I think is like, find your motivation to work out and then commit to it. And it's nice to have friends who also support, because whenever I started getting back into going to the gym, I contacted my best friend and I was like, hey, I want to go back to the gym. You know, can you kind of give me like some emotional, like some moral support per se? So I go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So during those days, she'll text me and she's like, hey, it's gym day. And she'll get like all excited. And then I get excited and I'm like, oh yeah, it is. And so it just makes me more pumped up to go. And then, you know, and if like I'm having a bad day at work and at the end of the day, I read that text message and I'm like, oh yeah, like maybe my day's not going to be so bad anymore. And I go to the gym and I go work out and I feel better. I think stepping into the gym is the first step, and you don't have to do anything crazy. I used to be like this big power lifter a few years back, and I used to be very into fitness, and I used to love bodybuilding stuff and such like that. I've fallen off over the years, and that's fine.
That's fine.
But I had to learn that I had to go back to baby steps, and it's okay to do like a treadmill, like 30 minutes, or you can start at 15. And then, you know, a week or two later, bump up the time that you're there, like 30, 45 minutes. And then once you're done, you can do something else like weightlifting. You can start, you know, looking up plans and such, like just simple plans, nothing crazy. I have a book that I reference to all the time that I got on Amazon, and I use those workouts all the time whenever I'm ready to start like picking up weights. But stepping in the gym or like stepping into your living room and like getting dressed up is like the definite first step to get motivated. And then starting small, I would say, would be my next advice. Start small and then build yourself up from there. Then more support. Because if you don't have moral support, then I don't know. It feels like if you put it all on yourself, or if you don't have some kind of community to like help you feel motivated to go, I don't know. It'll be a burnout at some point, and then you'll start going to the little habits that you've done, or, you know, end up just not going to the gym altogether.
Yeah, I like that. Because I've actually implemented your advice about starting small and having that support. And that helped me tremendously. Because I remember a few years ago when I didn't have a habit of working out, I started small. I just started going to yoga. Well, not the hot yoga, because hot yoga is too much.
I want to try hot yoga really bad.
Yeah.
There's one downtown really
Oh, yeah?
pretty near me, and I'm like, maybe one day I'll try hot yoga.
Oh, yeah.
Is it fun? Have you tried it?
Nah, it's called Hatha yoga. So that's the
Okay.
most basic one that beginners can try. And it's not that bad, actually. It's just slow posing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I think there's another one called Vinyasa, which is kind of like power yoga, which is more like holding a pose where you can really feel it in your body, in your muscles and your joints after that session. Yeah, I felt that one.
So it's JoJo posing.
Well, I guess you could say that. With additional stress on your body, though. Well, there's also aerial yoga, but I think I met somebody who got injured from that.
Oh, is that the one where you're on it's like a silk
Yeah,
and you're in the air?
yeah.
So cool too. I would never. That's too much for me. I would get tangled up and I would look like one of those terrible knots that you make during Boy Scouts. For the first time.
It looks like one of those pretzels for breakfast.
Yeah.
But I think the best yoga that I've ever been to is the outdoor one, where you get to do it outdoors at a park or at the beach, and then you get to meet other people. Usually, a lot of people show up to that stuff. And I remember one time where it was sponsored by Lululemon, where there are different yoga instructors from different yoga studios per week. And some of them made us do group yoga poses where we have to lean on each person next to you and do a standing pose, which was really fun.
That does sound fun. I've never done a group yoga outside. I've
Yeah.
done have you done yoga with goats?
I've heard of it, but I've had yoga where I was next to Canadian geese passing by, and that was scary.
I would be terrified. I'm afraid of geese, dude. I have a fear of geese.
Yeah, we were next to a beach. That's why there were like a bunch of geese showing up impromptu. Wasn't part of the program though.
There's geese on the beach?
Yeah, they were walking around everywhere in that specific beach that I went to where we had yoga.
I've never seen geese on the beach. Look, I will never live where you are then, because then that means I'm safe from the geese on the beach.
But they're mostly in the bodies of water, even rivers, I think, especially if you're in landlocked areas. Then yeah, they're there too.
Yeah, well, I've seen them in rivers and
Yeah.
lakes, right? But
Yeah.
never the beach. I've seen seagulls at the beach, but not a goose.
I see them all the
The
time.
goose. The terror of like a goose just like suddenly getting mad at you and like you are running across the beach
Yeah.
with it chasing behind you. That I can't.
Oh yeah. I think that's what Canadian geese are known for too.
Because they're angry
terrorists.
all the time. Yes. Get them out of here.
Yeah, get them out of here. Shoo, scram, beat it. Don't leave droppings on my yoga mat. No way. Okay, speaking of meeting other people, I know you're part of a few guilds here and there, right? You're part of the Twitch Women's Guild, is that correct?
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
I am.
yeah.
Currently not as active as I'd like to be, but I am in the guild, in the women's guild.
Okay, tell me more about that.
It is a place where women and femmes can feel safe and comfortable and be able to connect with other wims and women and femmes that are also on Twitch. So it's a good place to network and to be able to find people who have that same passion for that kind of group. And then to be able to like lift each other up, it's really nice. There's like a big channel that's on there. It's like a W area. It's like you post your W's and like you tell people what you've done. You know, that's good and positive. And people will like hype you up like, "Oh yeah, girl, you did that." Or like you did something streaming related and they're like, "Oh yeah, you did that." And
that's so nice.
Yeah. And we'll also collab with the Pride Guild, the Pride Unity Guild, and the Latin Guild, and the Black Unity Guild. There are some collabs that will intertwine between the other unities. But yeah, mostly I'm in the Women's Guild.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I think you touched on a couple of really awesome points where you get to meet other people who share the same interests and also hype you up or give you support. I guess those are the common advantages of joining online groups like this one, right? And doing other cool things too. What do you think about other advantages of joining these kinds of groups or these kinds of guilds?
You feel more seen. Women that stream, there is a stigma.
Oh yes, definitely.
I feel like there's a certain stereotype on female streamers, and there are a lot of chatters that'll come in and definitely be very misogynist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, towards me, and I've seen in other female content creators. And, you know, it's just nice to be able to band together with other women and to also feel like you're not alone in those things and like try to figure out how, like, what are ways that we can lessen this? Because it's so it's terrible. It's mentally exhausting to get those kind of things whenever you're streaming. You just simply want to have fun, but you have these guys come in or these people come in and they'll say some really rude things like, "Oh yeah, show me your tits," or like, "Why aren't you wearing this?" Or like, "Why are you wearing this?" I've had that comment. Like, I would have like something kind of nice on for once on stream, and people will like, and some people will be like, "Why are you wearing that?" And I'm like, "'Cause I want to." Is there a reason?
Yeah.
But yeah, more so just like we've touched before, finding that community to make you feel more comfortable with streaming.
Oh yeah,
I think
definitely.
That's the ultimate goal. Yeah, the ultimate goal with the Unity guilds. I thought about applying for the Pride Guild. I don't know just yet. I feel like that'll be too much on my plate.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out how many guilds we had. And I think we only have 4 so far.
Oh, okay.
But I think we're getting Asian Pacific Islander. That's a possibility. I think I've seen somewhere, if we don't have it already. Yeah. I think that'll be the next Unity guild that will be kind of forming. And they're not that old. I think whenever I applied and I got in, whenever I was in the group, there was like less than 1,000 people that were in it. And it's been about 2 years, a year or 2 since I've been in it. And it seems like the community has grown to about 2,000. So they're letting more people in now.
Okay,
which is good to see. And I love seeing that growth with the Women's Unity Guild itself.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I can totally relate to the whole you're not alone thing if you're part of a guild or if you're part of a group. Because I think this goes with other streamers on Twitch that it's really difficult to do things alone, like being seen, being heard, because either their viewers, they only have like, no viewers or nobody in that goes in chat and they're trying to grow and it's so hard. Like I know this one person who has been grinding for affiliate since 2021 and he finally got it, I think this year? I think it took way too much time for that person to become affiliate. So yeah, having that group, it's so important so that not only to give support to other content creators who are struggling, but also to do other really cool things. Like, for example, like you mentioned, like bringing awareness on your guild, right? But I know there's like other things you can do like as a group. Like, for example, I was part of this unofficial team where we get to hype each other up and also do things for charity. We were able to raise funds for St. Jude's Children's Hospital and World Central Kitchen. And that was a really fun experience being able to do something good with other people on Twitch. And yeah, those are some really good advantages of having a team where they get to have some, not just some shared interests, but also do some really cool, fulfilling stuff too.
Yeah, we definitely do a lot of charity streams. And typically they'll like invite us generally like, hey, if you're interested, there's a charity stream going on if you want to participate or partake. And sometimes there'll be like raid trains where people will raid into specific people at a certain time frame.
Oh yeah, we did that too.
Yeah, to show support. And it's for a charity stream. It's for charity. And there are other charities that are specifically catered towards female content streamers where, you know, if you apply, they'll give you kind of like a grant for you to be able to not boost yourself up, but be able to do better in content creating, you know? Those are amazing. I love supporting those. And yeah, no, I totally agree. The charity part is the very rewarding part for me.
Yeah, of course.
I think, yeah. Gosh, I haven't done a charity in a minute, though. Last time I did one, it was for Pride Month last year. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the $1,000,000 question here is, what can a content creator like myself can do to be more likely to get accepted into a team or in a guild? Well, not necessarily the women's one, of course, but any team, any guild. Like, what can I do to be more likely to be accepted? What stuff can I start doing?
Just applying.
That's
Just
it?
apply. Yeah. That's really all you do. I didn't go through any like interview process or anything. You just simply apply. I was a small content creator whenever they accepted me. So it's not that you necessarily have to be a big content creator or you have to have like this big view or this big average view. I think just simply applying, crossing your fingers. Because I don't know what the eligibility is besides the obvious ones, right? Like you have to be Latin. You have to be black. You have to be in the LGBTQIA community. You have to be a woman or a femme, you know, but it's kind of just applying whenever the pool opens and hoping for the best. I've had some of my friends get into the Women's Guild and I have some not. And it really just all depends.
I see. Yeah, because I had a couple of streamer friends who are artists, and then they applied for the Twitch art team. I forgot the full name, but
the artist. It's like an artist. It's a guild. Is it a guild? I don't know, but I've seen it too because I've seen some big VTubers go in and get accepted on Twitter.
Yeah,
but I don't know what the criteria is for that one.
Yeah, I think they have to fill in a Google Doc and then submit it, and they both got in. So, which is pretty amazing. So
that's what I did too.
I think it's a matter of believing in yourself and just doing it anyway, because I remember somebody posted it on Facebook the other day. I think the picture said there are people who are less capable than you who are doing the exact things that you wanted to do just because they believe in themselves. And I think that's can't be that far from the truth.
No, that's a good quote. Quote to have.
That's a good quote to have.
Yeah. Ironically, I've applied to other guilds that are not Twitch related.
Oh yeah.
And I've had people recommend it to me, and I've never got into any of them. So, you know, I think sometimes it's a miss, and then sometimes it's a hit. You just never know until you try and then do your best. If you don't get in, then you always have the opportunity to try again next year. It's not like it's never going to go away. Or if you're like deeply committed, you know, just like getting a job, I guess, you can always ask, hey, what are things that you guys are looking for whenever I apply next year?
You missed 100% of the shots you don't take, right? So just do it.
You are right.
I think you play another game too, right? Called Dead by Daylight, if I remember correctly. Where you get to play with other people. I think one person's the killer, and then the rest of the players have to escape. Based on what we talked about, the stigma in women in streaming, like how do you pick which people to play with live on Twitch?
It's a good question. Depends on how comfortable I am with you. Well, it depends by people. There are some streamers that will do kind of like open lobby And whoever in the chat wants to come in, they'll just jump in. I typically don't do that. That's my personal comfort zone. I usually pick like friends, or if you're just like a long time chatter and you want to play, then I'll let you play with me. If it's somebody that's new, I kind of get a little hesitant.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I don't know them and I don't know what's going to come out of their mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I've seen some people who will do the just chatter route, the open lobby, but they won't be on the mic. So I guess I could do that too, where, they're not necessarily on the mic, but they're also playing with me. That's a good option, especially if you want a more engaging community with the game.
Yeah.
That would probably be a recommendation. Just have them play with you and not be in the mic.
Yeah, I've seen other streamers as well, and they play other games like Fortnite, for example. They're not on the mic, but they still get wins anyways. And I guess they're really good at the game, so they have no problems getting wins and creating awesome content without having to talk to the other people in the game and still be very engaged in the chat. Yeah, sometimes I do that too, but I guess it depends on how close I am with the other people that I'm playing with. If I've built enough rapport, for example, like building rapport is so important, right?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, if you're playing with somebody online, for example, what are some of the important unspoken rules of playing online with somebody?
Ooh, that's a good question. For me personally, like an unspoken rule is probably asking me if we can co-stream while we play a multiplayer game. There was one time where I had just met this person and I was starting to be on a friendly term with them. We kind of like chatted every now and then. And then I was playing Dead by Daylight one day and I was like, hey, like who wants to play? And somebody in the chat was like, I want to play. And so they got on and I was pretty comfortable enough with them to be on the mic, but they didn't tell me that they were also streaming too.
Yeah.
So it kind of creates this awkward friction, I guess, because then I feel a little bit more vulnerable because now I'm on 2 streams.
Yeah.
Technically. And then, this person on the mic, he's also like chatting with his chatters too. And it kind of makes it weird for me to talk to my chatters. Yeah. So my unspoken rule is please ask me.
Yeah.
If you want to co-stream before you do it.
A lot of people actually don't know that, actually, because I didn't know about that until someone pointed that out. That's so many years ago. It's kind of amazing that nobody knows about asking first before you co-stream without the other person knowing.
I think it's just common courtesy. You know what I mean? It's like, would you go into somebody's house without knocking first? Unless it's a really close friend, you probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
In my sense, like your channel is your house. That's your house and you're building it from the bottom to the top. So, I mean, you can't just let people barge into your house and then mess it all up and then leave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like kick it down.
Yeah, exactly. I totally get that. And then also, I think from my personal experience that if you're playing with other people that you don't know, like people that you've never met before, I think it's common sense to be respectful to them, to those other people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, because I remember I was playing Marvel Rivals at one point, and then this guy was in chat, and then he was like projecting on other people, especially people he never met before. It's like, why? Why would you do that? These are people you've never met before. You're giving a bad first impression on these other people.
Yeah, some people just don't understand boundaries.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, boundaries. Honoring your boundaries is so important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you very much for taking the time to do this episode. I really appreciate you having on.
No, thank you for having me, Sydney. It's an honor.
Oh, no, it's an honor for you to do this episode. It's really the bigger honor, actually.
I'm bashful now.
Oh, one more thing before we go. How can other people find you if they have any questions, or how they can tune in to you or to other people in the guild, for example, or like how can they find you if they have any questions?
So my Twitch handle is Wgglytuff, WGGLY, not Wiggly. It's spelled weird. And then Instagram, I have a Instagram for, my social media area. Same name, Wgglytuff, everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Yeah, DMs are fine. I'm always open for DMs, as long as don't send me anything kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
My DMs are always open to talk.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I won't hold you up on your dinner, though.
Oh, well, 2 seconds before you go.
Yeah?
I have been holding out on Fortnite for the past 3 years because I've been wanting to play with you and RBZ. I have never played Fortnite yet.
Well,
Because I literally told you and RBZ I'd play with you guys, and I was like, every time it happened, I never did. So, but then I never played it because I've been holding out.
well, now is
Something
actually...
has to happen.
Well, at the time of this recording, now is actually a good time to do it because the Power Rangers Battle Pass is out right now.
Let's go.
That's what we do. Let's do it. Yeah, very grind your Battle Pass. We'll help you get the Green Ranger skin at least.
Oh my god. We put like 500,000 hours into it so I can keep up with you guys.
Well, I haven't played in a while either. I need to get carried by other people at this point.
Well, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna carry me, and then somebody's gonna carry you.
Well, you're not wrong.
We were talking about Fortnite, and I was like, I still need to play Fortnite.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you want to play, because I know I have a lot of people who want to play Fortnite too. I think we can have a full squad, no problem.
Okay, because I haven't seen you or RBZ in a while, and I miss you guys.
Yeah, I miss you.
I've seen JoJo like once, and that was it. And I haven't seen anybody from like y'all's side in a hot minute. Y'all just dropped. I dropped. It was kind of crazy. I was like, man, where is everybody? Hello?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think JoJo plays Fortnite that much.
No.
But there are other people who play, like Smashly, RBZ, D-Rad plays Fortnite.
Yeah. I know RBZ does. I haven't seen RBZ in a minute.
I just played Fortnite with him yesterday.
He streams anymore.
He still does.
Maybe I don't catch him anymore. Maybe he has a new schedule.
Well, that's because he plays mostly Asian dating sims as of late.
What? Why?
I don't know. That's his niche.
That's his niche?
Well, part of it is his niche. That's what he's been doing for the past several streams.
Oh, God. Lord have mercy. RBC. I miss his puzzle games.
Yeah, I miss it too. Yeah, I miss his jigsaw puzzles. But I think other people do jigsaw puzzles though in his community. But yeah, he mostly does Asian dating.
But his was the best. I don't know what it was, but I used to love his puzzle set. It was every Sunday. He would do puzzles.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, this is my time. Comes in.
Anyway, I'll reach out if you want to play Fortnite sometime.
All right. Sounds good. Please, I need to.
Okay.
I've never played it yet.
Install the game first, though.
Oh, fine.
Install the game first.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is it on Steam or is it on like online?
It's on Epic. Get the Epic game thingy first, then download Fortnite.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
I'm gonna make you accountable, just like the gym thing, okay? Download Fortnite.
No, please.
Do it. I'll do it once a week.
Just download. Did you download Fortnite yet?
Okay, I won't hold you up on your dinner. I think your dinner's getting cold. But thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next one.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Take care.
You too.